This week, our Torah portion, or Parasha, is from Numbers 13:1 through Numbers 15:41. It is called Sh'lach in Hebrew, which means send. This parasha begins with God instructing Moses to send out spies into the land of Canaan, the land God promised to give to Israel. So Moses sent out 12 spies, all of them leaders from each of the 12 tribes. They spied out the land for 40 days, taking notes and gathering intel. After over a month of their espionage work, the spies returned to the Israelite camp to share their findings. It was a wonderful, fertile land. But despite the initial good news, 10 out of the 12 spies gave an overall bad report. They said that the people in the land were way too big and the cities were way too fortified. For them, it was a no-go. Yes, it was the amazing land God promised them, but they didn't believe that Israelites stood a chance. But 2 of the spies, Caleb and Joshua, had a different report. Despite the challenges, the big giants, and the strong cities, they believed Israel could conquer the land. They spoke to the entire Israelite assembly and said, "The land we walked through and scouted out is a very good land, very good indeed. If God is pleased with us, He will lead us into that land, a land that flows, as they say, with milk and honey, and He will give it to us. Just don't rebel against God, and don't be afraid of those people. Why, we'll have them for lunch. They have no protection, and God is on our side. Don't be afraid of them." Caleb and Joshua saw the giants in the land, but instead of choosing fear, they looked through eyes of faith. They had full confidence in God that He would be faithful to His promise to give them the land. But unfortunately, the other spies still spread their negative report, and the people of Israel joined in their doubt. They decided it was better just to pick a new leader, pack up, and go back to Egypt. Uh-oh, Israel, bad move. This was the final straw. As a consequence of the Israelites' disbelief and rebellion, the adults of that generation would not enter the land, but die in the wilderness. All of them except for Joshua and Caleb, the faithful spies. And before Israel would enter into the land of milk and honey, they would wander for 40 years. 1 year for each of the 40 days that the spies were in the land. Just as Caleb and Joshua reported, eventually Israel would indeed conquer the promised land, and it would be their inheritance, as God said. Their faith would prove true. This is land today we call Israel. Remember, giants are no giants. God's promises stand. Let's be like Caleb and Joshua, who despite seeing the risk and threats in the land, still chose faith over fear and brought back a good report. Next time we see giants in the midst of our promise, let's think of these 2 spies and ask ourselves, are we looking through eyes of faith?